Welcome back to Memories of the Game, presented by Yankees Steiner Collectibles. Lou Holtz is a College Hall of Fame head coach, best known for his success at Notre Dame. He's a beloved and iconic figure who's advanced his triumphant career into the realm of books and television. He recently came to New Rochelle, New York, to stop in at the Steiner Sports offices to speak with founder Brandon Steiner, where they discussed, among other things, the origin of a famous phrase.
Play like a champion. Very, it seems to be, synonymous with Notre Dame, and it's such a big saying. How does this saying come about?
It came from me, and what happened, when I say it came from me, I discovered it. When I first went to Notre Dame, I went to the library, got all the books I could find on the history of Notre Dame football, and I was reading them, trying to make sure I understood how lucky and fortunate I was to inherit this tradition. And tradition is always under construction, so it was my obligation to build on that. And I'm looking through the books, and I don't remember what book it was, but there was a picture. It showed the players going down to the field, and there was a sign that said, "Play like a champion today." And I said, what happened to that sign? Who hid it? Who put it up? Nobody. And I talked to people who've been in Notre Dame for 30 years, nobody had ever heard of that sign. I said, well, obviously it was there under somebody years ago, probably Duke Rockney. So I said, we're going to get that sign made up, and every time we go out on the field, we're going to hit that sign, and we're going to think about all the great players that played before us, about all the sacrifices we made to be there, and the sacrifices our family and other people have made to allow us to have this privilege. And for 3 hours, we should act like champions. I am amazed.
Probably your biggest legacy when you think about it. You won championship.
Well, as I say, it wasn't my idea.
It's unbelievable.
I just found that it had been there years ago, and I said, we're going to put it back up.
A lot of people compare Notre Dame with the Yankees. This year we have the Yankees, in Yankee Stadium, hosting Notre Dame. What do you feel about that tradition?
I think when people talk about great traditions and national favorites, they talk about Notre Dame, the New York Yankees, the Boston Celtics. I mean, these are just traditional places where you might have downs. You'll have a lot more ups than you'll have downs. But I thought George Steinbrenner, who I first met him, was an assistant football coach at Northwestern University, and I followed the Yankees. I think he's one of the finest people, one of the most generous people I've ever seen. I never called on George Steinbrenner to help us at a charitable cause that he didn't be so gracious.
Now, did George ever come to any games when you were coaching?
Oh, yeah, he came to some games at Notre Dame. He loved Notre Dame.
Big football fan.
Big football fan.
How was your experience when you were with the Jets? I mean, take me back to that experience.
Well, the year was 1975, and we had had 4 great years at NC State. And I was a very young coach, very happy. Had a good team coming back. And Al Ward and the New York Jets decided I should be the head coach. And when they offered me the job, I turned it down. And Al Ward, a wonderful person, said to me, come to New York and tell Mr. Hess yourself you don't want to coach. So I went up there to say no. And I met with Mr. Phil Island and Leon Hess and Al Ward in New York. I called my wife. She said, you did what? I said, I'm the head coach of the Jets. She said, you went up there to turn it down. I said, well, if we don't like it, we can always go back to intercollegiate athletics. So I came up here without a vision, without a plan. Just let's go see what it's like. But every time something went wrong, I'd say, I didn't think this would work out. I didn't think this is what I want to do. And it bothers me to this day that I walked away after 1 year, signed a 5-year contract, left after 1 year, because of a lack of commitment. I feel bad that I was unfair to the New York Jets, and there's nothing I can do to change it. Do I regret it? Yes, absolutely. Not going there, but just the fact that I didn't fulfill the commitment that they gave me.
We started doing your collection, I think about 2 or 3 years ago. Are you surprised at how popular you are and how often you have to sign for us?
I'm shocked. But
me too, Coach. I'm not kidding.
You know who's more shocked? My wife. She said, you keep going up there and sign that stuff? She said, they throw it away? Or what they did? Because I look on myself not as a celebrity. I am a simple individual that just had certain beliefs and certain values, and I've been blessed. You know, I was in the lower half of my high school class, and I wasn't a great athlete, and I speak with a lisp, and I'm sort of funny looking, and have a physique. It appears like I've been afflicted with beriberi and scurvy all my life. I just try to go along and do the right thing and do the best I can and let people know I care about them.